No offside, with Brown peeling back there, looking across towards the linesman here. Well, it's interesting to find Scott Presley on the bench for Rangers. Maybe some suggestion, Billy, that Richard Gough and John Brown causing some fitness concern to Walter Smith.
Well, I think so. I can't think of any other reason. I thought maybe Walter would have used one of his more experienced players, but they may be just apprehensive that either Richard Gough or John Brown are still not completely recovered from the injuries they had.
Good play here by Mason. Still Aberdeen keeping the pressure on. This is Booth trying to get away from Ferguson. A very good tackle, and it's certainly a very business-like start by Aberdeen. Good play here by Paul Mason, and Gorham beating the ball to safety. So Stephen Presley and Gary McSwiggan are on the bench for Rangers. Gary Smith and Ian Jess for Aberdeen. Lots of movement inside the area here. McPherson following Patalainen everywhere. There's Alec McLeish in the attack. This is Shearer trying to hold off Brown. Now Grant. Back with Richardson. Tackle there came from McCall. It came in late, and Richardson didn't appreciate that at all. Well, he's in a short fuse, Lee Richardson, and Stuart McCall would know that, of course, making that crunching tackle undoubtedly late.
It's really challenging. In actual fact, Stuart McCall can maybe consider himself just a little bit lucky that the referee didn't take his name. It certainly gives indication that he wants to win this game.
So here's Mason over the free kick. Wright offering an option on the flank. Receives the pass now. Led by Brown. Mason to Wright. Mason again. Very good touch, Paul Mason. Cross goes Shearer with Gough. Good marking there by Richard Gough. The Rangers captain was very sharp for that tackle. Well, Aberdeen clearly looking for a very brisk start to the match. They want to seize the initiative. They're going the right way about it right now. Headed by Gough. David Robertson was fouled by Scott Booth inside the area. Landed very awkwardly to Robertson. Well, the distinction of having a winner's medal for both these clubs. David Robertson in the winning side in 1990 for Aberdeen. Clearly fouled here by Booth, who was jumping into the fullback. Here's Durant in that support role to Haitley. McCall looking for Haitley. It's a great ball in. There's Durant. Terrific play there from Rangers and from Mark Haitley in particular. Ian Durant under severe pressure here. The great ball from McCall. I can look at the direction here from Haitley, looking for Durant, with two defenders challenging, and that enabled Stephen Wright to tidy up for Aberdeen. Richard Gough, the header which goes straight to Brian Grant. Great pass that from Shearer. His first touch was immaculate. This is Booth getting away from McCall, and he settles for a corner. Came off David Robertson. Very swift counter-attack from Aberdeen. Well, so far it's the kind of a final we had every right to expect from Scotland's two top clubs for the season. Powerful header there by Patalainen. Back with Grant. Here's Mason. An offside flag up on the near side. A free kick it is to Rangers. Well, that was a very fine move by Rangers from the reverse angle. You'll see the quality of the pass played here by McCall. Durant made the run. The header came from Haitley. There was Grant and Irvin making life difficult for Durant. Good awareness shown there by Paul Mason. Headed by Brown. Richardson caught late by Ferguson. There's some very tough tackling going on out there. Now Ferguson and McCall against Grant and Richardson in the heart of the midfield. Really is fascinating battle of strength and skill. Willie Miller now being spoken to by Bill Crombie. Clearly Willie Miller not happy with some of the tackles that have been dished out early on. And there with the foul by Ferguson on Richardson. Now Duncan Shearer may well try to test Andy Gordon from here. Could it be Richardson? No, it's Shearer. Disguised pass to McKimmie. Brian Irvin is there. There's a good header across the 6-yard line. Entitled to expect some support coming from that area, Irvin. And the counter-attack is on. There's Murray. And excellent play by Snelders. Fine goalkeeping by the Dutchman. And what a great ball it was also from Stuart McCall from that deep position, looking for Neil Murray on the break. Well, it's a match which is shaping to be something of a classic. Durant looking for Hately. There's Wright. Mason underneath that. Brown's header breaks off both for Shearer. Boothwaite's in the middle. Good ball in the end. That's Patalainen. And now Mason. Well, trying to drill that across the face of the goal. Looking for an Aberdeen player to turn that towards goal. And Mason, such a skillful player, wide on the right of this 4-man Aberdeen midfield. Irvin matching Hately. Good pass from Ferguson. This is Hallström. Trying to get away from Stephen Wright. Young fullback did well. So too did Brian Grant. That's McCall. A chance on here for Murray. The deflection and the opening goal for Rangers. The youngest player on the field opens the scoring in the cup final in the 23rd minute of the match. Neil Murray for Rangers with the help of a deflection and something of a disaster this for Brian Irvin, who miskicked there. Bad first touch by Murray, but he recovered and it came off Irvin at the end.
Brian Irvin has a disaster because he misses the first one and then deflects the shot. Here you see Stuart McCall plays the ball into middle. Brian Irvin completely mishits it. Neil Murray's on hand, strikes the ball, but it hits Brian Irvin and beats Snelders.
Well, what a facer that is for Aberdeen, who had performed so impressively early on in the match. But Neil Murray gets his second goal for Rangers, his second Tennant Scottish Cup goal after a marvellous effort against Arbroath in an earlier round. Durant was on the ground. Alec McLeish committed the tackle. There's the missed kick there by Brian Irvin. He then was given a second chance here by that bad first touch by Murray. The shot then deflected off the unlucky Aberdeen defender. Looking for Patalainen. Challenging with McPherson. Towards Shearer. Two defenders are there. There's Mason. Great defending by Brown. He was very quickly in on Paul Mason. And he had to be. It was a very good chance for a split second there for Mason. Until Brown arrived. Durant's Leon. This is Ferguson. Fine play by Ferguson in midfield. Hately is caught well offside there. And Irvin knew about that. Well, we had an idea of the Aberdeen lineup before the match, but this is the way they have actually turned out this afternoon. A 4-4-2 to match up against Rangers. Booth and Shearer the front men. Mason and Patalainen wide in midfield. The engine room is Grant and Richardson. Away by McPherson. This is Richardson. Patalainen's cross comes off McPherson. Hooked away by Ferguson. Very sure-footed clearance. That's McKimmie. Stephen Wright called for that square. There's Mason on the touchline. Has to win it back from Durant. Good play by Mason. Patalainen, hooked away by Ferguson. Richardson trying to get back as Leash and McKimmie collide in their attempts to ensure Haitley made no progress. Richardson getting a lot of treatment from the Rangers supporters, having been ordered off the last league match at Pittodrie between the two clubs. Careless one by McCall. Paul McCall will not be denied. Apologising to his teammates there. Under pressure instantly from Mason. Durant took up good position ahead. That's for Murray. A chance undoubtedly for Neil Murray there. Took up excellent position coming in from the right, and Snelders kept his head, timed the dive well.
It's a nice little ball from Ian Durant, and Neil Murray makes a run inside the fullback, but just a little bit of bad control. First touch let him down, and Snelders was able to take the opportunity for a second goal away from him.
A discussion going on there. Willie Miller with Drew Jarvie and Roy Aitken, considering the options available, wondering how they can turn the game around again. The Rangers have taken a grip now without question. They have that precious lead. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half as Patalainen clears. That's Shearer and now Mason. And very good play again from McCall. He was so quickly across on Mason. That's Duncan Shearer. Now Stephen Wright. No one making a run into that area for Aberdeen. Shearer hoped that both would do that. So does Stephen Wright. Touched on by Haitley. This is Durant. Haitley again. Strong play by Wright. Haitley's clear. This is danger for Aberdeen. And a magnificent goal from Mark Haitley. The second for Rangers. And sheer delirium among these Rangers players. His strength and his pace and his accuracy earned that second goal. Sheer joy on the terraces for these Rangers supporters. And Mark Haitley drilling that almost through Theo Snelders. It's his 29th goal of a superb season. Hauser did well, so did Durant with a delicate ball through. And there was Haitley looking up, assessing the options, and the power and the accuracy beat Snelders.
It's a delightful little bit of play, but Mark Haitley looks so strong, so quick. He's obviously benefited from the couple of weeks' rest, and he fairly bulleted that ball home. But it was the power of his run and the timing of his run. If you look at the timing, you see him, he goes right past the Aberdeen defence, looks up and smashes the ball into the net. He's certainly benefited from those couple of weeks' rest that he's had.
Well, what a major task faces Aberdeen now. Killer blow perhaps just before the interval. There's Paul Mason. Now Patalainen sending over a good cross. Too close to Gorham though. Well, it really was an excellent goal. Look at the pace here of Haitley, because Stephen Wright is no slouch. Number 3 there, he couldn't get to that. It's drilled through the legs of Snelders. Clumsy challenge by Ferguson on Richardson. The free kick taken swiftly by Grant to Mason. A real test of character now for Aberdeen. A match which began so brightly for them. That excellent opening 15 minutes, and now they trail by 2. Stephen Wright couldn't pull that across. It is a goal kick to Rangers. Well, the noise you hear now coming from the Rangers supporters. Behind Andy Gorham and in the jungle here at Celtic Park. And the silence from the Aberdeen end. I'm sure they can scarcely believe this. Well, the treble looks to be a reality now. Haitley's header. Hately colliding with Brian Irvine. The offside flag is up against Durant. Hately's back on his feet, so is Durant. Well, the quality of the pass too from Ian Durant to release Hately was quite incredible. Deftest of touches. Here's Patalainen. Patalainen again with Ferguson. Gorham under pressure from Shearer. Kept his eye on the ball all the way. We're into injury time in the first half. There's been quite a lot of that. No joy in front of goal for Duncan Shearer so far this afternoon. Timmy's head up, miscued. They'll throw it to Rangers. So we're close to the goal whistle now, and Rangers will be very, very content to go in with this scoreline, bearing in mind the way the game opened up. Durant tackled by McLeish. There's Mason. And now Richardson. Houston did well. Hately making a run across the box. Ball's played beyond him. There's McKimmie. In trouble there against Murray. Ryan Grant picks up the back heeler. And the presence there of Ferguson forcing Grant to play the ball out for a throw. The half-time whistle goes. Neil Murray, the scorer of the opening goal in 23 minutes, with the help of a deflection from the very unfortunate Brian Irvine, who made the initial error. But then the game looks to be made much safer now for Rangers by Mark Hately's 29th goal of the season. That superb run and shot from a tight angle, leaving Aberdeen with a daunting, difficult task to come in the second half, trailing Rangers at this stage by 2-0. Can Aberdeen pull this back? It will be a major achievement if they can, trailing the champions by 2-0. And Aberdeen get the second half of this Tennant Scottish Cup final away with the very important task of digging in quickly early on, pressurising the Rangers defence as they did early in the match. But this time they were really looking for some reward. But Rangers really notoriously effective when they're in front at tying things up and keeping the lead.
Well, they've grown in confidence, and in fairness to him, and Mark Hately's a real threat to Aberdeen, and Durant has played well in that in-between role. That he's made life awkward. Both he and Mark Hately have made life very awkward for Aberdeen at the back, and it's difficult to see Aberdeen come back from a 2-goal deficit.
Well, I think they are one of the very few sides who would have any chance of doing that, and their big support will be hoping that they can find some inspiration early on. Mixu Patalainen preparing another long throw again, with Brian Irvine coming into the penalty area. A flat long throw, swept away by Ian Ferguson. Ferguson, sometimes a bit of a slow start on the match, but he became much more influential as that first half wore on. There's Duncan Shearer. Ferguson again with the header back. We're looking for any tactical alterations, and there have been a couple made by Aberdeen. They've pushed Mixu Patalainen through the middle now in attack beside Duncan Shearer. Scott Booth has withdrawn to a wide left midfield position, and I wonder how long it may be before we see Ian Jess produced from the substitutes bench. Certainly the kind of player with the extra bit of quality which can make all the difference. A bad clearance by Brown. This is Patalainen. Shearer waits in the middle. A little bit ambitious, that effort from Patalainen against the goalkeeper of the quality of Andy Gorham. But Patalainen's had such success with 20 goals this season for Aberdeen, and had the chance here to come inside. He had Booth square, he had Shearer in the middle. Goff's header. This is Murray. Hately. Murray again. Mason's interception. That's Wright. Forced to hurry there again by McCall, right? That's why the error resulted. This is Stuart McKimmie. An arm of Grant to Mason. Here's Lee Richardson. Now Grant. Setting himself for the shot. It was blocked by Gorham. And a bit of good fortune there for the Rangers goalkeeper. He had some difficulty with that, but it broke very kindly for him. Duncan Shearer was closing in for the kill.
Yeah, again, Grant gets himself in a good position. He comes inside on his right foot, hits a good shot, but Andy Gorham gets across easily, parries it, then picks it up quickly.
Stephen Wright is withdrawn, and Gary Smith comes on. 22-year-old. See what position he plays in. It may well be he will go into a sweeper role as Aberdeen push men forward. We'll see about that in a second, but here's Durant for the meantime, breaking for Rangers. Losing out to Mason. Fine play by Mason. This is Booth. McPherson gets there first. Aberdeen building up some pressure now. If they could cash in at this point, we could be in for a dramatic climax of the match. Mason's ball played in, and Rangers living very dangerously inside their own box there. This is McLeish, and now Richardson. Both with a turn. Just a little bit of a hurry there with the final shot, but he certainly had a little bit of an opportunity there to turn on the ball. But you'll see here how dangerous this was for the Rangers defence. Never convincingly clear. It came off John Brown, then swept away by Goff. This is Booth, cut off by Ferguson again. Here goes McCall. Snelders has committed himself, going across there. Now the corner kick. Theo Snelders, I think, believed that was going for a throw, for a goal kick. Just for a moment, forgot what was happening in terms of the last touch of the ball. Certainly stopped any real threat, though, from Rangers as McCall tried to break. 20 minutes of the match remaining. Ian Durant's corner kick. Irvin's headed out. This is Ferguson. McPherson and Haythornthwaite. Tremendous effort there by Brown. Blocked by Richard Goff on his way out of the penalty box. Felt the full strength of that. That's McCall! So close from Stuart McCall, and that would certainly have tied the final up.
Yeah, he's had a good game, Stuart McCall. He picks the ball up, advances at the retreating defence. It's not all that far away the shot. I don't think Snelders was in a position to save that.
So it's Ian Jess coming on. The player going off is Duncan Shearer, who's had a lean time of it this afternoon against this Rangers defence. Now, can Jess work the miracle? Only about 16 minutes to work his magic. Welcomed by the Aberdeen fans. Mason has crossed to the left. Jess has made a run forward. Here's Jess. Trying to hold off Dave McPherson. Determined play by Jess. Back it goes to Mason. Here's Richardson. Grant. Goff doing well against Booth. Well, was it a pass back? The Aberdeen players think so. The referee doesn't. Controversial moment there. Goff certainly got the last touch on that.
I felt at first in that show play that it was a back pass. I'm not just quite convinced it was, but it was an interesting one for a moment or two.
So, Aberdeen trying to get forward again. They have a free kick. McKimmie will take it. Here's Gary Smith. The noise again coming from the Rangers supporters. Miscue by Patalainen, but there's Grant. Irvin was quick. Here's Richardson. The deflection, and Aberdeen are back in the match. The first break in the game for Aberdeen. The deflected shot from Lee Richardson, and there are 12 minutes left for play, and hope suddenly for these Aberdeen supporters. There was Richardson looking up, striding into the gap ahead, driving the ball fiercely. It came off John Brown, and that left Gordon without a hope.
Lee Richardson runs against a retreating defence. Rangers are actually, in actual fact, defending too deep there, and when you've got as many defenders in there as that, there's always the chance of a deflection. That's what's happened. Makes a real last 10 minutes or so of the game.
Well, a shot there from Richardson. He'll take the credit for that. And now it's the turn of the Aberdeen supporters to build up the noise, supporting their team. Could there be a dramatic ending now? Could Aberdeen force extra time? Offside against Haitley. So here's Richardson again. A lot of space to come forward here. Brown coming across. Rangers defending very deep indeed. And Gorham left off balance. Goff's header. All looked so comfortable a moment ago for Rangers. Suddenly they can expect a real battering ram approach from Aberdeen in these closing minutes as they seek out an equaliser. Well, Aberdeen will claim that justice has been done, because the first goal for Rangers was a wicked deflection off Neil Murray's shot. Willie Miller's in trouble. He's down there on the track. Jim McCluskey's going to cross. Now it's Bill Crombie who's trying to calm down the Aberdeen manager. McKimmie to Jess. Patalainen couldn't get there, nor could Mason. Played first time by McCall or Durant. Good reactions from Smith. Here's Lee Richardson holding off Ferguson and McCall. Well, that's some task that for Richardson, getting away from Ferguson, running straight into McCall. This is Booth. Back to McKimmie. Goff did well with a headed clearance. The loose ball falls to Aberdeen in the form of Lee Richardson. Gary Smith behind. Grant is square. McKimmie asked for that. He got it delivered to the right spot, and Gorham did well. And Walter Smith now is the man on the track. He's trying to push his players forward. He's not happy with them defending so deep.
This is a good pass and a good run by Stuart McKimmie. Not all that far away from setting up a chance.
Walter Smith not happy. He's watched his team dropping back.
No, I think he's worried, Jock, because I think his team tried to kill the game, and obviously that deflected goal by Lee Richardson's opened the game up for Aberdeen again. And once again, just as they were at the start of the game, Rangers' defence look as though they're under a little bit of pressure.
Aberdeen supporters have come to life. They looked so black and despondent for a while, but now the game is on. Strong play by Patalainen. It's back with McKimmie. Jess makes a run. Was he offside? Yes, says the linesman.